Oh, thank you guys. Oh, straight to hell, how are we tonight? Oh, that's what I like to hear. Guys, it's good to be here tonight. It's good to be here. I almost wasn't here tonight because my mother took birth control. It's good to be here though. It's good to be back in Huntsville, Alabama. I've been on the road a little bit recently with my tour partner who you just saw up here, Tate. We were recently up in Nashville, Tennessee, breaking a Guinness World Record. There's only one person in this room who doesn't hold a Guinness World Record. Why did you sign me up for it, Thaddeus? It was a good time though. It was a good time. It was for the world's longest stand-up comedy show. It went for 184 hours and 26 minutes. I don't know why the 26 minutes doesn't. Thank you. I mean, we weren't the only ones doing it. We got some downtime, but we didn't have a place to stay, which kind of sucked. It meant a lot of sleeping in the car and whatnot, but at one point, one of the volunteers for the show actually gave us the keys to his house and said, y'all can just have my place for the night. That's a really kind gesture, guys. This guy was a complete stranger. I mean, I'll admit, there was only one king-size bed in there. A little bit weird sleeping with my buddy. But, a bed's a bed, and we went to do that, right? Problem is, Tate is the loudest snorer you've ever seen in your entire life. It was so bad, guys, I wound up deciding to just go sleep in the car. Fun fact about an 83 Camaro, guys, the seats don't recline. So I'm just sprawled out across the front two seats with my back arched up awkwardly over the center console, one foot hanging out the window, one foot on the floorboard. And I actually got a comfortable 5 minutes of sleep before I noticed, I just sensed a disturbance in the force, guys, and that's when I looked up and I saw this haggardly old woman leaning in the car window, and she goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm sleeping. What are you doing?" She said, "Why are you sleeping on your car? Are you homeless?" I was like, "No," and I explained to her what we were doing with this Guinness World Record show. And she was like, "Oh, okay, do you have a cigarette I can buy?" And I was like, "No," and I just chucked a pack of cigarettes at her head because I'm not good at human interaction. Laid back down to go to sleep. She comes back, just opens the car door like it's her own, and goes, "Are you sure you're all right? Do you need company?" And I was like, no, I know what this is, and no, I am not interested. Come see me about 30 years earlier and maybe, I don't know. Yeah, and then she asked me again, why are you sleeping in your car again? I couldn't think how else to explain it, so I just flashed the badge that I was wearing at her that let me walk in and out of the show the whole week. And she didn't know what the badge was because it was dark outside. So she just goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, officer, I didn't know," and slams the door and just struts off in her high heels. Guys, what kind of weird cancer cop did she think I was? I don't know if you're looking at this right now, but this is not the body of somebody who makes it through Police Academy. I didn't even make it through Police Academy the movie, or the shitty sequels. Let me ask you guys a question. Any of y'all ever find yourself blackout drunk at 3 in the morning and you start to get the drunk munchies and you start to wonder, you're my kind of people, all right. But then you find yourself wondering, what am I going to cook? What am I going to make? I ain't made of money. I decided to do stand-up comedy for a living. Wasn't that a great idea? So you go down in your kitchen and you're digging through your pantry and all you can figure out to make is spaghetti sandwiches. This is exactly what it sounds like, guys. It's like the poor man's meatball sub. It's just carbs on carbs on carbs on a fucking King's Hawaiian roll, and then you go to eat the sandwich while you're watching reruns of The Wonder Years in your bedroom on Netflix because you like pretending that you're still a kid again because you hate the person you are as an adult, and then the sandwich starts to fall apart in your hands, and then you start sobbing hysterically because you realize that the sandwich is like a sad metaphor for your life. Hi, I'm Matthew Tate, and I make bad decisions. I recently joined Tinder. That was another one of my bad decisions. Oh my god, I joined Tinder because I didn't want to be the last comic to write a bit about online dating. No, I joined Tinder while I was up in Nashville for the Guinness World Record show. It wasn't because I was like trying to get laid. I just really missed what beds were like. But I kept using Tinder when I came back down here, and I recently went on my first Tinder date. Well, sort of. I hit this gal up on Tinder, right? And I invited her out to this comedy show where I was working the merch table. I was like, yeah, I can get you in for free. I've just got to work the merch table like 5% of the time. It's BYOB show, so we can hang out the rest of the time and drink this bottle of wine together and have a really good time and get to know each other. And guess what, guys? Guess what? She totally showed up. She totally showed up with her boyfriend. And then there was this awkward, no threesome, no, I don't like sharing. But there was this awkward moment where I'm standing behind the merch table, and we make eye contact, and then I just go, hey, for $10, would you like to buy a shirt? Or for $0, would you like to pretend you don't know me right now? And I uncorked the wine and just started chugging it, and I finished the whole thing in like 10 minutes flat, so I had to go and get more wine to show up to a comedy show that I couldn't even laugh at because I was so bitter at the time, because I was remembering all the other times that I ever felt rejected in my entire life, dating back to the time when my mom didn't want to put up a fight in a custody battle, so I got sent off to live with my douchebag father who never knew how to say, I'm proud of you, son, for anything. And then like, after the show, I black out again, and I'm driving home, and I'm really hungry, and I stop and get some, like the combo meal from Dairy Queen, even though I don't eat fast food, because I feel gross when I eat fast food, and I feel like if I feel gross, I won't be confident. If I'm not confident, I'm always going to be alone. And I got home, and I uncorked a third bottle of wine, and I woke up a piss-soaked mess the next morning and missed work. So yeah, the date went really well. Thank you for asking. It wasn't my first foray into online dating, though. A couple years ago, I joined a website you may have heard of. It's called cougarlife.com. Yeah, cougarlife.com, because I like my women like I like my wine, aged and rich, and please take care of me, because comedy isn't paying the bills. Yeah, I hit it off pretty well with this gal. You know, she wanted to get together, see where things go from there, and I was like, all right, I'm on board. But I didn't want to meet up at my place because I still live with my mom and they're the same age, and that would have been awkward. So I drive out to rural Tennessee to meet her up, pull into her driveway. Her house, guys, looks really nice from the outside, really nice, right? So I go up, I ring the doorbell, she opens the door, invites me in. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna happen. I step in the door, and that's when I realize, guys, the inside of this house looks like a fucking episode of Hoarders. But I wasn't about to let that stop me. Mama didn't raise no quitter. Matter of fact, she didn't raise me at all. See previous joke. She takes me by the hands, though, leads me back to the bedroom. The strange woman, not my mom. That would have been weird as shit. Opens the door, and a pile of laundry just unceremoniously tumbles to the ground. I'm like, well, that's weird, but we're still doing this. And so we go and we clear all the stuff off of her bed. We get in the bed, go to do the deed. I'm proud to report it lasted a whole 3 minutes, guys. I'm a fucking champion. Thank you, thank you. And I finished on her chest, as you do. And she was like, well, can you grab me a towel so I can clean myself off? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm like a gentleman or some shit. And so I go over the laundry pile in the corner, looking for a towel, but all of a sudden I'm hit with this aroma. I'm like, what is that scent? Well, I'm a man on a mission. I'm in there, I'm looking for a towel, I'm digging shirt, panties, shorts, bra. That smell is getting more and more pungent. I'm still looking for the towel. Washcloth? No, not quite right. Socks, undies, pants, skirt. That smell is getting real strong. That's when I saw it though, guys. That's when I saw the towel. I picked it up and I lifted it up over my head like it's like the dungeon relic from the Legend of Zelda game. Like da-da-da-da. And that's when I looked down and saw what was underneath the towel, guys. It was a dead cat inside of a pizza box. Yeah. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know if it was the shot, the overstimulation, or if I have some deep-seated issues that I need to figure out. But that's when I came again, guys. Call that one Schrodinger's cum. Kills with a theoretical physicist. We have one theoretical physicist in the audience tonight. Thank you for coming. Guys, I mentioned I make a lot of bad decisions. Driving through the country, drinking, and out in Scottsboro recently with my buddy Alan, drinking Rolling Rock, because, you know, if you're going to get arrested for a DUI, why not Scottsboro? We're driving by a garbage can, and I just look down my empty beer, look at Alan, look at the garbage can, I'm like, hey, I don't need to say anything. He gets me, and he's like, yeah, I got you, dude. Picks up the beer, chucks it into the garbage can, and dude, it was like such an amazing shot. We high-fived. He was like, yeah, score, and I was like, yeah, 3 points, and that redneck bust out the front door of the house and cocked his shotgun and went, we recycle here, you queers! Rural Alabama is a strange and confusing place, guys. If you can't tell from some of my material tonight, I am single. Very single. Ladies. Or let's face it, guys, I'm really lonely. Now, I don't like to think that I'm like lonely or sad or depressed. I like to think that I'm just holding out for the right lady. You know? You know? You know? We're all on the same page here. I'm talking about Serena Williams. I mean, one day she will respond to all the Twitter DMs I sent her, and she'll leave that loser husband over us. I just know it. I just know it in my heart of hearts. Any of you who have ever talked to me for more than a few minutes, person to person, knows that I have what the psychiatrists call an unhealthy fixation on Serena Williams. I was talking about it with one of my friends recently, and he was like, dude, you're crazy. That woman would crush you. Well, you know what, Todd? Maybe that's my end game. Maybe that's my game plan. Maybe that's how I want to die. Maybe I don't want to live until I'm in my late 60s suffering from cirrhosis and dementia and yelling at kids to get off of my lawn, even though I don't have a lawn because I'm sitting on the patio of a pay-by-the-week, because that's the sort of life decisions I led to lead me there. Maybe I want to go out while I'm in my mid-30s and still have a gleam of hope in my eyes, in the seedy, questionably clean bed of a Motel 8, just chained to the bed with a ball gag in my mouth. And this is the only thing we could afford because the last road gig I had didn't have a very good audience in it. I didn't get paid a lot. And Serena Williams is there, and she's just on top of me. Because at one point we met each other, I went, baby, you can quit tennis now. I'm going to take care of this from now on. I'm going places. And she believed that shit? Why would you believe that? I'm a garbage human being. If you met me, but she believed it, now she's angry and taking out her frustrations on me in a very aggressive and sexual manner, and she's on top of me and she's riding me harder and harder, cowgirl style. And every time she falls back into me, she's breaking more of my bones because I'm only 150 pounds soaking wet and too stupid to know what nutrition is. And then she starts choking me, right? Because autoerotic asphyxiation is the only way I know how to feel anything anymore. And as I start to turn as blue as a fucking loaf of bread you forgot in the back of your pantry for 12 years, and the lights start to go out of the corner of my eyes, I try to scream out with my last dying gasp, I love you, Serena, but it just comes out, I love you, Serena, you know, because of the ball gag. Guys, if you enjoyed any of my set tonight, none of it is on my album, which are for sale right over there. They're $15 for a CD, $10 if you want digital download copy. It's called I Drink Therefore I Am. It's on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. Don't get off Spotify though, they don't pay me. Anyway guys, I think I'll just close out with a couple words of wisdom that my late grandfather once told me. If you ever tell anyone what I did to you, nobody will believe you and you'll be in very big trouble. Thank you guys, I've been Matthew Tate.